Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Hi, this is Michael Woodson of Living Art. You are listening to KPFT Houston.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, June the 19th. And I think Joanne's trying to get, but you're going to have to come over here, Joanne, because that's not going to go around. Anyway, so
Happy Juneteenth.
happy Juneteenth, exactly. Happy Juneteenth. What's been going on this week, David? I just lost my train of thought, man.
All week they had the 300 either 45th or 54th board meeting.
Yeah, they sure did. And
The Facebook page said 354, but whenever Nichols was signing off, he said it was a 345th. So which one was it?
I don't know. Take your pick. Either one, it doesn't matter. But you know what I do know? That they came up with an acronym. Did you see that acronym? It's HEART.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they're coming up with...
What's it mean?
It means honor, empathy, accountability, respect, and trust. As they arrested 2 of the officers for the assault.
And so they come up with that
They-
acronym as they did the arrest?
As they did it, they say, you know what, we need to come up with an acronym to well, it says they're introducing a new set of core values
They need some core values.
that form the foundation of who they are and what they do. Hey, Linda's going to be sitting there. Okay. They guide how they serve, support, and lead across the agency. Maybe that's from today on.
Maybe.
You know?
Hey, wish them nothing but the best.
Absolutely. Because it would make a lot of people happy. So, you know what? David, you got a text.
Cool. It's my wifey.
Your wifey. Wifey poo. All right, so tonight, let me get back to that. David, of course, has lined up a fantastic show. Dr. Terri LeClercq, we all know who she is. She is queen of the Prison Show book club. Yes, she is. She's also author of several books, including Prison Grievances, When to Write and How to Write. You know what? Y'all need to read that one because some of y'all send me your grievances. Y'all need to read that. Okay, and we have Maurice Chammah. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly.
We'll have to ask him because I always say Chammah.
Chammah, of course,
But
because that's what I was asking. It's like,
we'll have to ask him the correct way.
absolutely. Okay. Josh Burns. Well, you know what? I didn't say what Maurice was going to be on for. He is the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist with the Marshall Project, staff writer, and a leading authority on America's death penalty system. And right now, he is the host of the when is it? It was released this month by Serial Productions and the New York Times. So he will be talking about that new podcast. Let's see, Josh Burns, one of our favorite podcasters, because Linda and I met him. He is awesome. He's going to be on tonight, and he's a criminal justice advocate, pilot instructor, and co-host of Unshaken Truth podcast. And of course, Linda and I will be here. We are here. So in the studio tonight, we have Joanne, who's come back from her cruise. We have me, Dani, in case you didn't know, Dani. We have Athena, who's over here hiding behind the... She's like, I'm cool. And Linda and David are in the control room controlling things. So, let's get to Dr. Terri LeClercq. Let's get to her. We haven't heard from her in a while. Hey, Terri.
Good evening. It's nice to hear from you guys. I love being on the show. Thank you so much for doing it. Okay, tonight we are dedicating the show to Leanne Sewell.
Aww.
You know her as the director of Reaching Behind Bars. In the last couple of weeks, she had to have first one and then two of her toes amputated, and now she has to have a large portion of that foot amputated. So we're joining her husband, Curtis, and her fur babies, as she calls them, Ski and Wiley, to say best wishes for a speedy recovery. You are our heroine, and we're hoping for the best for you. Right, guys?
Absolutely. We love her. Love her.
Yeah, she is lovable.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Okay, and you introduced tonight's show by mentioning Juneteenth, and I'm sure most of the people listening tonight will recognize that there's a reason for it. Enslaved peoples in Texas did not learn that in 1863 we had the Emancipation Proclamation. It provided that every person would be free. But the Confederacy decided not to share that information with the South. And it wasn't until 1865 that the Rangers had to come in away from Galveston. You all are free. And it was taken very strangely by both the white landowners and the people who almost couldn't believe it. But that's why today we are celebrating Juneteenth. They just picked the middle of the month to go with it. And I'm going to tell you, happy Juneteenth to all who care and all who didn't know why we were celebrating. Okay, one more thing, guys. This is from Maya Angelou, and the title of her poem is Come and Be My Baby. The highway is full of big cars going nowhere fast, and folks who smoke anything that'll burn. Some people wrap their lives around a cocktail glass, and you sit wondering where you're going to turn. I got it. Come and be my baby. Some prophets say the world is going to end tomorrow. Others say we've got a week or two. The paper is full of every kind of blooming horror, and you sit there wondering what you're going to do. I got it. Come and be my baby. How about that?
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Isn't that something? It takes all of the problems of today, big cars and smoking and cocktails and whatnot, and shows you a contrast with what she has to offer, which is refuge, intimacy, solidarity with her, whoever her is. And so she is suggesting that you leave the chaos behind and turn around to a calm, confident speaker, somebody who's offering a shared, stabilizing relationship. So I think that those of you who are sitting around doing nothing or still wondering what to do, I got it. Come on and be my baby. I hope that all of you have someone who can say something like that or can think about someone who's saying something like that, because I think it is so calming and so true. If we all had someone who could say that to us and help us get away from the big cars and smoke and just relax into love. Now, you said, Dani, that that's one of your favorite poems?
Mm-hmm. It absolutely is. I love her. She is one of the best poets, and I also love her acting too.
Yeah. Well, she's one of my favorites too. I'm going to hang up so that you can talk to Maurice. He is a hero of heroes. He really means it about the death penalty. He really means it about journalism and about films. So I can't wait to hear what he has to say. Thank you guys so much for letting me share a little bit. And I love you.
Well, we
Come
love
here.
you.
You're my baby.
We love you too. We adore you. And, we hope you and Jack are doing well.
We are doing very well. Thanks for asking. Good night.
Good night. All right.
Maurice isn't on yet.
No, he isn't.
She hung up early.
Yeah, she did. Well, she wanted to hear Maurice, and I just looked up, and there's no Maurice.
Yes.
So we want to get to Josh. Do we?
Go ahead.
Let's get to Josh. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Dani, how are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Doing great. Just sitting here with my buddy Justice.
I love Justice.
He's a good boy.
He
my dog.
is.
So.
I wanted to steal him. I wanted him.
Yep, he's a good boy. Yep. So it's good being with y'all tonight.
Yeah, we were excited to that when Linda and I found out you were going to be on. We were excited about it. So what do you have for us this evening?
Well, I'll tell you what. We just wrapped season 1 of our podcast, Unshaken Truth, and actually had a bonus episode recently, and we had yours truly, Linda and Dani, the Death Row Angels, on, and I just was so excited to have you guys as guests on our podcast, and just to highlight the work that y'all are doing. Our first season podcast was all about the Robert Robertson case, who most of us are familiar with. Mm-hmm. He's on Texas death row, been on death row for 24 years, so we've been advocating for Robert for a new trial, and hopefully we're going to get there. They've filed written arguments. I guess finally, I heard yesterday, the Attorney General filed their arguments, so we're waiting on the judge to respond to that to see if Robert either gets an evidentiary hearing and or new trial. So we're all praying and hoping that happens soon. So that's what my season's podcast was about, just surrounding his case, and it's near and dear to my heart because I was accused of the same thing that Robert was accused of, and I was exonerated and declared innocent after a 10-year battle fighting for my own innocence. And since that happened to me, it's just been a calling for me to fight for people who, like Robert, who have been falsely accused and are downtrodden by the system and need a voice, someone to speak for them. So that's what we're all about. And
I know that people appreciate, especially Robert, but I know there's quite a few people who are in prison across the United States in for the same reason that you were in and that Robert's in.
That's right. That's right, yeah, shaken baby syndrome. So shaken baby syndrome, it's an interesting thing. So there are actually thousands of people across this country. I talk to many of them weekly who are incarcerated right now and accused of shaken baby syndrome. So I want to make it really clear, it's a real thing. Somebody can do that, and if they do that, obviously they're going to need to be prosecuted and punished for those things. But here's the problem. The science behind diagnosing it is the issue. Doctors and child abuse pediatricians are diagnosing shaken baby syndrome based off what we call the triad: retinal hemorrhages, that's bleeding in the eyes; subdural hematomas, those are brain bleeds and head swelling. The problem is that triad alone, the biomechanical engineering, the science, the guys who make our car safe, our seatbelt safe, the car seat safe for kids, they have done testing in their laboratories and proven that to shake an infant with that sort of force, you will always have neck trauma and or rib trauma. You'd have to hold that infant so tightly you'd break ribs. You would have neck trauma. So the problem is there's thousands of people in prison that they were diagnosed off that triad, shy of that neck trauma, with no fractures, no neck trauma, with clear medical findings and medical records that said something else happened medically, that there's medical explanations for what happened. So that's becoming a problem where caregivers, parents, whoever was last alone with a baby before they displayed with the wrong symptoms and ends up at the hospital, they end up in the crosshairs of a system where you are guilty until proven innocent, because it's a very emotional thing when they're saying you've hurt a child and, we need somebody to be mad at, basically. So it's a sensitive subject, and we get it, but it is something that we feel we need to protect the innocent as much as we protect children. And we're all about protecting kids. But to us, misdiagnosing kids isn't protecting them. When you misdiagnose a child, you actually delay the care. So when these child abuse pediatricians get tunnel vision and they just see things one way, they're actually delaying care. And doctors take what's called a Hippocratic oath to first do no harm. And we feel like they're violating that oath when they get that tunnel vision and they don't look at all of the medical factors that can explain what's happening. So it's definitely an emotional charged subject.
It really is. And I know in some people's cases, even nurses have accused. Mm-hmm. I know in Robert's case, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yep. The nurse, in what's so tragic in Robert's case too is that they judged him. He took his daughter to the emergency room, and he was judged by the way he was. They said he wasn't acting right. They said Robert wasn't acting appropriately. Well, how does one act appropriately?
They said he didn't have enough emotion. They said he wasn't showing emotion.
Yep, exactly. And so I don't know. We all handle things differently, right? So that's just not a way to judge someone and to, the lead detective in Robert's case, great man.
Yes.
Great man. He's made a complete 180. He said, "Gosh, had we known what we know today, I would never have gone after Robert this way." And he is one of Robert's strongest advocates now.
He sure is. He visits him.
Yes, he sure does. He sure does. Ben Wharton visits Robert. I visit Robert, and he's become a brother to me. I talk to him every week. I visit with him every week. And this man deserves due process. He's never gotten a fair trial. He's never, he was tried. Gosh, this was over 24 years ago now. And science has changed, and we know a lot more than we knew then. I've read the entire trial transcript, all the records. His daughter, Nikki, was a real sick girl. And I've consulted with leading doctors, neurologists, pathologists, ophthalmologists, and they're all saying the same thing. No, this child was really sick. Double pneumonia, sepsis, 2 black-labeled prescription drugs that aren't even allowed to be prescribed to kids anymore that suppress the breathing. So there's just too much there. There's too many questions there. And even, I advocated and when I got involved in Robert's case, I was asked to testify as a shaken baby syndrome exoneree before the Criminal Jurisprudence Committee at the Texas House. And even supporters of the death penalty down there at our state capitol are saying, hey, look, we support the death penalty, but we don't support executing a man that's innocent or a man that hasn't been given due process. So they're even saying, hold it. So we're just hoping and praying that Texas will do the right thing here and that Robert will get a new trial and the fair chance that he deserves. So that has become kind of a mission of mine. So,
but I think one of the biggest problems is that Texas can agree, but Ken Paxton can't agree.
Oh man, don't get me started on Ken Paxton. Yep.
I'm just saying, a lot of times, I seen the legislature and everybody get involved with Robert, but Ken Paxton's holding to his gun. Same thing with Rodney Reed. What's going on with Rodney Reed? It's not a shaken baby case syndrome, but everybody agrees there's too much doubt in the case, too much things that have happened with the evidence, too much time has elapsed. You've already convicted a cop, by all means. It went to prison and everything in Rodney's case. But yet Ken Paxton still is going to kill him. That's he's holding to his guns. He's guilty.
You know what, David? Yeah, and I've said it for Pete's sake. The men the people that were in office when all of this happened to Robert, they're not even around anymore. Why can't the state and those in power now just admit, hey, we made a mistake here. Whoa. It's like they're so hell-bent on their tough-on-crime reputation that they're willing to, that they just don't want to admit that the state got something wrong. They don't even have to say they got it wrong because they didn't prosecute the man, right? We're just asking that you take a fair look at things. It just seems like this tough-on-crime attitude has made them stupid on crime. And we need to be smart on crime. And
we don't need another Todd Willingham.
Right, exactly. Think about there's been over 200 people exonerated off the death row. What's that tell us? We know innocent people have been executed on death row. So this isn't something that is new under the sun. We've had a problem here for a long time. And we're just, I don't understand why.
We forgot about beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right. Especially in these emotionally charged cases, where it's like we need somebody to be mad at and we need somebody to punish. And, it's a real shame that I'm just hoping and praying things can change. And I have to believe that they can. That's why I do this work. I have to believe that things can change. And I'll be shouting it from the rooftops till it does, my last breath,
Well, we appreciate you, Josh.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. We appreciate what you all are doing there, and you guys have a great night.
Well, we'll see you on Unshaken Truth.
Yep, thank you.
All
Take
right.
care.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Well, I did have a couple of questions. Thanks, David.
Well,
I was every time I opened my mouth, you just.
I was in the middle of the conversation.
All right, let's get to Maurice. He's on line 1. Hi, Maurice.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, sure can. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. So Linda and I were talking earlier about the new podcast coming out. And so why don't you tell us about it? Well, tell us about yourself first.
Sure. So my name is Maurice Chammah. I've been on the Prison Show a couple of times over the years, and I'm a journalist. I work for the Marshall Project, which is a nonprofit news outlet that covers the criminal justice system, prisons across the country. We have actually a magazine that is published that goes out in print to many prisons that's called News Inside, that some of you may all have seen. And so in the course of that work, I mean, first I'll say that I live in Austin, and if I have kind of one specialty area, it tends to be the death penalty. And I have a new podcast that is coming out. It came out yesterday, and it will air, excerpts of it will air on the radio throughout the weekend, and then hopefully eventually on KPFT as well. And the podcast is 5 episodes. It lasts about 3 to 4 hours. And it's called The Last 12 Weeks. And in the course of this podcast, another producer and myself, we follow around the defense lawyers who are representing David Wood on Texas death row. As many of you might know, David was facing execution last March, and there was an execution date on March 13th, 2025, and just about 12 weeks before that, we kind of embedded with the defense lawyers, and the idea of the podcast is that you're listening in real time as the defense lawyers sort of do all of this last-minute investigation to try to prove David's innocence. David has maintained his innocence since he was convicted in 1993, and never wavered in all of that time, and there's a lot of different elements into the case that I can get into right now, but the gist of the show is that you're watching the defense lawyers do their work in the final run-up to try to stop the execution.
Can you repeat that last part?
Sure. So basically the gist of the podcast is that you're watching, or you're listening to the sound, essentially, of the lawyers for David Wood as they investigate to try to stop his execution last March.
So when they're investigating, does that include different interviews with other attorneys, or what does that include?
Sure. So, I mean, as you all, know that like the big... Well, first of all, let me just say that the podcast is made by the Marshall Project where I work, and also a company called Serial Productions. Many folks, I think, know maybe 10, 12 years ago, there was a podcast called Serial that was all about a wrongful conviction in a case in Baltimore. And this company was now part of the New York Times, and they produced the podcast. And so when it comes to following the lawyers around, what they're doing is really a whole range of things. They're knocking on doors of people who know something, who they think might know something about the case. So, for example, in David Wood's case, there's a man who came forward to the defense in late 2024. He came forward, I want to say, about 6-7 months before the execution date. And his name is George Hall. And George Hall said, effectively, I was accused of a series of murders in El Paso. That's what the crime is. It's a serial killing case in El Paso in 1987. And what George Hall said is, I was in prison with David Wood. We were friendly, lived in hills and years. And David would always maintain his innocence to me. And we had a couple of other guys who lived around with us, and David was a quiet guy. He would always say that he didn't commit these crimes. And then a year or so later, George Hall has moved. He's in a different prison, and then he is brought to El Paso on a bench warrant. And when he gets to El Paso, the detectives give him kind of as he describes it, the red carpet treatment. You know, he's allowed to, smoke cigarettes and go to a rest stop diner with these other men. And they're brought into the police station and shown a great deal of evidence around the case and basically asked to snitch on David Wood. And the implication is that if they inform and claim, that David Wood confessed to them for these crimes, which he had not done, that they would get something for it. And George tells the lawyers for David Wood this whole story. And so then the lawyers are trying to figure out, like, how true is this? Who is this guy, George Hall? And what else can we figure out about these other jailhouse informants, jailhouse snitches, as they're called? And they look into it, and they come to find out that, for example, one of the jailhouse snitchers received $13,000 for his testimony, and the other informant was facing a capital murder charge of his own, and those charges were dropped in exchange for his testimony against David Wood. So this is a case where, when somebody starts listening to this podcast, they don't know David Wood from Adam. They have no sense of whether he could be guilty of these crimes or not. He was known in El Paso as the Desert Killer in the late 1980s and maintains his innocence, but you watch the lawyers as they try to go to these incredible lengths to prove that to the courts before it's too late, before his execution date comes.
So in that period of time, did they have any were they leaning towards that a stay was going to be granted?
Frankly, no. I mean, I think folks who follow this very closely may know sort of the end of the story. And the way that we tell the story is that if you're listening, you don't know how it ends. But frankly, when I first got involved in this project and started following these lawyers around, I really thought that a stay of execution was extremely unlikely, because I've been covering the death penalty for more than a dozen years, and I have seen a number of cases come in which there are significant problems with the case, and some of those, the person may be innocent. In other cases, they are just so clearly rehabilitated and redeemed, and maybe a different governor who's not Greg Abbott would grant clemency. I'm thinking of people like Ramiro Gonzalez, these people who are just so, clearly not a future danger the way that they were believed or argued to be at trial. And these cases come and go, and people are just executed in Texas just so frequently and so constantly. And it's so hard for lawyers to get stays of execution. And so this was a case that had not even gotten the kind of public attention of a Robert Robertson or Melissa Lucio, say. So I was sort of, for the defense lawyers, from their perspective, kind of fearful that they were going to do all of this work, make the case for David Wood's innocence, and then ultimately that the courts wouldn't buy it and he would be executed.
I know that many of the advocates around the death penalty here, we did not have a good feeling about it, and we were all pleasantly surprised when it happened. And just like you said, Ramiro Gonzalez, there's been so many of them that have been executed, and they were clearly not a future danger, even.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of it is, so there's, of course, the folks on death row like Ramiro who managed to get, at the very least, the fact that they're not a future danger and the fact that they have this kind of rehabilitated and very redeemed sense of themselves, at least they managed to kind of get that story out to the public in some way. Like Ramiro, I'm thinking of, he had really good lawyers, frankly, who managed to kind of at least show the public sort of the full humanity of their client. And I feel, as a death penalty journalist, I feel like a lot of cases come and go, and it's hard. I mean, I can't, as an individual, you can't dive as deeply into every case as every case deserves, especially because I don't only cover Texas. I'm covering cases in other states as well. And, there's a whole set of problems here that there just aren't enough journalists looking into these cases. But I think each case is its own big, complex thing, and it takes a long time to get to know someone. And, you have to interview them quite a bit to kind of get a sense of them and the case, and if there are mitigating factors behind why they committed the crime that they did and why they don't deserve the death penalty, and the public needs to know that. It just takes a lot of time and labor to bring that story to the public. And I think in David Wood's case, you're right. I think everybody around the case did not have a good feeling about whether he would get a stay. And so when he did, it was frankly pretty shocking. And now the case is with a judge in El Paso. There's going to be hearings over it. And I feel like I got this very privileged front row seat to the whole thing, because I was there with these lawyers when they were finding the witnesses and the evidence that managed to convince the courts to stop the execution. So there's one other little quick story related to the podcast that I'll tell, where we were in the field with these lawyers in El Paso investigating, and they knocked on a door of a woman who had a very remote connection to the case. I mean, she was a friend of some other people connected to the case. She had known David Wood in the late 1980s, around the time of the crimes. She hadn't been mentioned in a few news articles. So if you're a defense lawyer who's really doing their job and looking at every single thing, every old news article, then eventually you find this woman's name. And I remember they were struggling to find her, and then eventually they knock on a door. She's not there. They go back the next day. They knock on the door again, and they find her. And she says, "Oh, I only happen to be in town. I actually live somewhere else, but I'm in town today, renovating. So lucky you caught me. Let's go to this, Whataburger restaurant to talk about the case." And so they follow her there. And she ends up disclosing these incredibly dramatic things about the case, about, someone else in the trial claiming that to her that their evidence was false, or that their testimony was false, that they gave false testimony against David Wood. And the story that she tells is so incredibly shocking. And whether, again, at that moment, it's not clear to me whether the courts will believe this story, or, I don't know much about her at this point. I'm just kind of hearing this story, and the whole time thinking, like, wow, if they had knocked on that door a week later, they might have never found her, right? And then in the end, when the courts are assessing David Wood's case a few days before the execution, I don't know that you can say specifically that it was her statements that got the execution stayed. I think it was a combination of a lot of factors, but she was a key one. And I was there and kind of seeing just how happenstance it all was, in a way. And it makes you a little afraid, because you think, oh, justice is only happening because someone happened to be in town and answer the door on the right day. It makes you just feel a kind of fear about the fragility of the whole system that we're operating under, if that makes sense.
It makes complete sense. And you're right that the odds of them being there the exact time when she's there to renovate, I mean, it's kind of scary when you think about it.
It's scary. So the sort of, in this podcast, the main people that you're kind of following in the course of it are these two lawyers. One is named Greg Werchuk. There's another one named Jeremy Shepers. They're longtime capital defense lawyers. And every time something helpful for them happens, Greg says something to the effect of well, I'm happy that happened, but it also makes me a little afraid, because you wonder all the things that aren't happening, because I'll never know if I had bad luck and didn't catch some fact, right? You're just hoping. Something else I think that I reflected on quite a bit working on this show was how the death penalty, because the appeals and habeas petitions are guaranteed, you may not have as good a lawyer as Greg, but there at least is a lawyer, at least theoretically, looking into the case. And we have, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, many of them serving life sentences in Texas and elsewhere, whose cases may be equally as flawed, and there's no guarantee that anyone will learn about it because there isn't a robust system for finding lawyers to appeal cases, right? Like if they are not sentenced to the death penalty, they are kind of on their own much more, unless they just happen to have a lot of money, right?
Exactly, and they're lost in the system. I mean,
they're lost, absolutely.
Absolutely, and it's, when you were saying that, I was thinking of other people who had been executed already, who brought up their own points about their case, and what if somebody had found out, that these things were true, and basically everything just stops once someone is executed. I mean,
that's right.
There's no more journalists looking into matters. There's nothing, and
it just ends. You're right. You're absolutely right, because the lawyers who do this work, who are very passionate, reasonably need to move on to the next person, because every hour you spend on an old historical case. I can think of in my so I also wrote a book about the death penalty that's called Let the Lord Sort Them, and it's a book about the history of the death penalty in Texas. And what I learned in researching this whole book is that these lawyers are very passionate about what they do, and there have been a couple of cases where there's been some reason why you look back at an older case, like a Cameron Todd Willingham, or I'm forgetting now, I'm blanking on his last name, but Carlos, someone will... DeLuna, exactly. Where there's a book or a movie or some investigation later on that looks into whether they were innocent or not, or what other problems in the case. And but the vast majority of people on death row, the lawyers just need to, and the journalists have to move on to the next one, because it's not like the treadmill ever ends, right?
Absolutely not. It doesn't end. It never ends until we get the death penalty abolished. It does not end. And, Abe Bonowitz with Death Penalty Action just sent me a text, and in their petition last year, they had David Wood is innocent. So it's interesting, because honestly, the only thing I knew about David's case was what I'd seen on television.
Yeah.
And that...
Where are you from? Are you from that area?
No, I'm not. I'm actually from Louisiana. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been here in Texas for a little bit, but I did not, the only thing I'd seen about him was on TV, and not good things. So, of course, I'm against the death penalty no matter what, but, it's scary when you think, had they not been at that door at that time, on that day, so many things, the variables.
Yeah. Well, something else I would say about David Wood's case that really struck me, and I learned a lot from, was I interviewed him a couple of times on death row, and we talked a little bit about prior crimes that he had been convicted of, right? But that had brought him to prison before this case, which was called the Desert Murders. It was so to go back and just say specifically what the crime that he was convicted of. He was accused of killing 6 women and girls in El Paso in 1987. These women and girls, their remains were found in the desert, just outside of the northeast part of the city, and the youngest was, I believe, 14. The oldest was in her 20s. So there was this range of ages, and that was the accusation against him. There were another 3 women who went missing around the same time, and their bodies were never found. And in the press, often David Wood would be sort of very informally, I would say, accused of those other 3 disappearances, with no proof. He was never charged with those, much less convicted. And then when it came to sentence him to death, they brought evidence against him for all 6, but the evidence was relatively, I would say, quite thin. I mean, one of the prosecutors admitted at trial that it was almost entirely a circumstantial evidence case. And the podcast gets into all the different elements of the evidence, but just to say that one thing that struck me about this case is this argument that David made, which was that maybe he was railroaded because he was an easy target, and he was an easy target because of his past record. And I had not thought a whole lot in the past about how if you commit crimes and you serve your time and you get out, the police are sort of looking at you first when something else bad happens, right? That there's like not a presumption of guilt necessarily, but at least a first, like you're the first usual suspect that they go after before they look at people who have not committed a crime before, and that can be a really tricky and difficult thing once you get out of prison.
Well, we have to close up, and we appreciate you being on the show tonight. And I cannot wait to listen to your podcast. I've already loaded it up on Linda's phone, so she's going to be listening too. But
appreciate that.
How many different platforms can you hear it on?
Really, any platform that carries most podcasts. I mean, Apple, Spotify, all the sort of usual ones. It's also on the Marshall Project's website right now for free.
It's on the Facebook page. It's on the Prison Show Facebook page. All they got to do is click on the article.
Thank you for. And then you can play it there. And then I'll say that we are, for incarcerated listeners, we are currently working on working out some way for the show to be aired for people, perhaps on KPFT. It will also run on a radio show called This American Life this weekend that people can listen to it, parts of it. So just stay tuned for ways if you're incarcerated and want to listen to it. Stay tuned for some info on how to.
Thank you so much. And as soon as that info comes out, we're going to make sure we put that up. And spread the word. We appreciate you so much. And
of course, thank you so much for having me, and good luck with the rest of your show tonight and onward into the future. I'm always happy to come talk about my work.
And we look forward to it. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So now it's time for Linda and I's segment. You don't forget you got to put your ears on.
And he said I had to sit on your lap, Dani.
Yeah, David.
She said, get close to Dani. Get right on her.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
You're here?
Yeah.
But
y'all love each other.
What happened to the foamy thing? What did you do to the foamy thing?
What foamy thing? I don't know. It's not there.
No, don't take it off of that one. We don't want to get in trouble. I don't know what happened to it.
It was just like this when I sat down.
Oh, Joanne must have hit
Joanne?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, it's a
you're stepping on it.
Get on the floor, Linda. Crawl on the floor. I'm kidding, Linda. Don't get on the floor. All right, let's get on with our segment. Good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row and everyone else listening, and we do mean everyone. According to the custodial death report from the Texas Attorney General that we all know and love, TDCJ has reported 340 deaths since January 1st. And again, I always say it does not include county information, that number. Of course, it is. The county information is on the website. Since June the 1st, there have been 24 deaths since June the 1st. May had 49, April had 67, March 70, February 55, and January 75, bringing a total to 340 as of this morning. Now, the Michaels unit, they alone have had 7 deaths in a month, just 1 month. 7. You can see that same information. You can ask your loved one to send you some information about it, and it's good for them to know what's going on within TDCJ or the county jails that their loved one is in. Okay, so right now there are 4 scheduled executions in Texas, and 10 across the United States between now and the end of 2026. And of course, as you know, Ohio schedules on into, I think it's up to 2029. However, they more than likely will put that at a later date, put those at a later date. According to, and this information is according to the Death Penalty Information Center, there have been 15 executions this year, with 8 being in Florida. 8 in Florida alone. So if you're looking for action beyond just showing up, however, we do want you to show up with us at the protests when we're out there across the United States, because there are protests across the United States. Head over to the Death Penalty Action website. They have active petitions. Like I said earlier, they still have the petition up for David Wood. So anybody that has an execution date, they will have a petition up. So head on over there, deathpenaltyaction.org. So like I said, there are 4 executions scheduled in Texas. LaJames Norman is scheduled for September the 16th and is out of Jackson County. Krishan Ramey is scheduled for September the 23rd and is out of Jackson County. Jamal Howard is scheduled for October the 7th and is out of Hardin County. John Rubio is scheduled for November the 12th and is out of Cameron County. Dexter Johnson, the state was granted their petition at the Supreme Court on June the 15th. So they're requesting a hearing on what the Fifth Circuit gave you. So Supreme Court agreed with them. Otis McCain, you were denied at the Supreme Court on July the 15th, coming out of the CCA. Brian Davis, and anyone who loves Brian Davis. On June the 15th, your motion to direct the clerk to file a petition was out of time. What does that mean? It was too late because the attorney didn't file it. It was distributed for conference on June the 11th, and on June the 15th, your motion was denied. In case the people who do not know Brian, he had a stroke, a very bad one, a number of years ago. His attorney seems to have dropped him because he said he's not being paid anymore. In essence, kicking him when he's down. Mm-hmm. Charles Flores, I wanted to talk a little bit with Josh earlier about your case because you also have a junk science case. You were denied at the Supreme Court on June the 15th coming out of the CCA, and that junk science was the hypnosis claim. Victor Saldano, you have been scheduled for conference multiple times since March, and again, you were rescheduled for June the 18th. Richard Vasquez, you have a filing at the Fifth Circuit from June 5th. Let me know if you need this one, and I will send you what I can. Walter Sorto, on June the 8th, you answered the state's reply to your petition at the district court. Tyrone Cade, on June the 9th, you responded to the state's opposition to your motion to alter judgment. Then on June 10th, you submitted a motion for leave to file notice of intervening authority, which is opposed by the state, both at the district court. Franklin Davis, on June the 9th, the Fifth Circuit extended the state's time to respond to your COA until July the 15th. Ricky Cummings, on June the 9th, your case was docketed at the Fifth Circuit. DeMontrell Miller, the state was granted their motion to exceed the word count allowed, but not exceed 18,000. I find it humorous that the state is 9 times out of 10 granted these types of motions. But y'all aren't. Kimberly Cargill, on June the 12th, you filed a motion for a COA, and the state has until July 27th to answer at the Fifth Circuit. Farron Wardrop, my buddy, Your brief is due at the Fifth Circuit by July the 28th. Hope you're hearing me. Roderick Harris, the Supreme Court is extending time to file your petition until July 29th, coming out of the Fifth Circuit. And as a reminder, I do not check trial court updates, but if you would like me to check yours, just let me know. If possible, I will, as I've said before, the smaller counties sometimes do not have that information online. And remember, transparency matters. Accountability matters. Pay attention, ask questions, speak up. No voice is too small, like my friend Leroy at the PAC unit says. All right, Linda.
Okay.
Well, you got it.
Okay, I've got a poem written to us by our favorite fan, Bill Sims.
Don't look at me.
He wrote a Stray Cats. Oh, what unhappy twist of fate has brought you homeless to my gate, the gate where once another stood to beg for shelter, warmth, and good. From that day, I ceased to be the master of my destiny, while he with purr and velvet paw became within my house the law. He scratched the furniture and shed and claimed the middle of my bed. He ruled in arrogance and pride and broke my heart the day he died. So if you really think, oh, cat, I'd willingly relive all that because you come forlorn and thin. Well, don't just stand there. Come on in.
Hey, Linda, how many cats do you have now?
Oh, gosh. I don't know, but they keep coming around. They just show up at my doorstep, and they don't want to leave, and then they bring their babies there.
Yes, they bring their babies to come join them, and we were just talking about this earlier. A friend of ours gave Linda a cat saying, oh, it's fixed. It wasn't fixed.
No, it's having babies.
It's having babies, and cats can smell a kind person.
I know. Well, cats love me. They really, all animals love me. That's what likes me is animals.
Yeah.
But we have July birthdays. Elijah Joubert, July 3rd. William Hudson, July 3rd. Harlem Lewis III, July 5th. Obel Cruz Garcia, July the 8th. Paige Lawyer, July the 9th. Gerald Marshall, July the 11th. William Irvin, July 11th. Cedric Marks, July 15th. Melissa Lucio, July 18th. Carrie Allen, July 21st. Jeffrey Prevost, July 22nd. Humberto Garza, July 24th. Jason De La Cerda, July 26th. Dylan Compton, July 27th. Eric Cathy, July 29th. Willie Jenkins, July 30th. Carlos Ayestas, July 30th. And Stephen Staley, July the 30th. Happy birthday, guys. We had a large list this month.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And also, I wanted to tell you that my dear friend Leanne Sowell, the Reaching Behind the Bars network director, is home from the hospital recovering. And she's feeling pretty good. She looks really good. I've got a picture of her on my phone. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm going to put it up here. Anyway, she's recovering. She's happy. Her dog is, well, her husband, Curtis Precious, is taking care of her. But her little doggie that loves her so much, Gabby Lynn, she's laying in bed with her. So I just wanted y'all to know that Leanne's doing well. She's missing half a foot on the one foot, but
that's the same person that Terri was mentioning earlier.
Oh, was she?
Yeah,
okay,
Terri,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Terri LeClercq. Evidently, Terry's a big fan of Leanne.
Yeah,
too.
she's awesome.
She is awesome.
She's awesome, and she'll be back to work and doing things. She's already trying to do it when she should be resting, but
she's a longtime friend of the Prison Show.
Yes,
I've known her for years and years.
Yeah, but she's a sweetheart, that's for sure, and she's got a wonderful husband who really takes care of her.
Yes, he does.
And 2 dogs. I don't know the other dog's name though.
I know.
I think Gabby Lynn really likes her, though.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all the news I have.
All right. Well, it's right. Straight up, I think.
Straight up what?
10. Straight up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a Death Row Angel.
This one's for the women who walk the hardest road. Linda, Dani, the Death Row Angels. Listen. Behind the fences, razor wire and fear. They show up steady year after year. No fame, no cameras, no big parade. Just letters, visits, prayers they made. They talk to souls the world forgot, bringing peace to a place where mercy's not. You can feel their strength when the night grows cold. 2 hearts of fire, 2 hearts of gold.
Death row angels, walking through pain, turning tears into hope, like sunlight through rain. Linda and Dani, you carry that flame, standing for love when the world points blame.
Yeah, families driving miles with no rest. You meet them halfway, give them your best. Holding hands when goodbye's near. You face that darkness, killing the fear. You don't judge, you listen, you care. You remind the lost that someone's there. In the shadow of the needle under steel.
When the world points blame.
Yeah, they don't do it for applause. They do it cause it's right. They show up in the silence, keep showing up every night. When justice turns its back, they stay. When the system says no, they find a way. Yeah. So here's to the letters, the miles to fight, to the long nights spent keeping candles alight. You remind us all what it means to live, that forgiveness is power and love's what we give. Texas heat, cold cells, no rest, no glory. But Linda and Dani keep changing the story.
2 angels,
1 mission,
hearts unbreakable,
unshaken.
death row angels.
The real ones. Respect. Respect.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and The Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right, let's bring up Monique. I know that she's been holding for a little while. So.
She has.
Hey, Monique.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there.
Well, go ahead. You're on the air.
Okay. I want to do a shout out to Ruben from Garza West. I love you. I miss you. I hope this lockdown ends soon. And just know I'll always be there for you, and I love you. Have a good night. And thank y'all for everything y'all do for our families.
Well, thank you, Monique, for calling. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Same to you. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see. I think Bobby's been holding a little while. No call back, but let's get to Bobby.
Evening.
Hey, Bobby.
How are y'all doing this evening?
Doing good. How about you?
Okay. I want to give a shout out to my son, Bo, at the Stale Unit, and tell him that his mama loves him, and just keep his head up. And we're shouting out here so everybody can hear his story.
Well, good. That's awesome.
Yes.
Are you there, Bobby?
Yeah. Have a good evening tonight.
All right. Y'all have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now we have Tiffany.
Lydia.
Oh, Lydia. Lydia's next.
Yeah.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
David.
Hey.
Hey, before I forget, let me wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I think it's going to be Father's Day soon, right?
Yes, Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was soon, but I just didn't know when. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and just want to tell my son that we're good, and I enjoyed talking to him today, and that I did go on to Securus, and I did what you told me to add some funds, and what else? I don't know about Tia Early and Tia Gracie. I don't know whether they went to that place where they like to go to for those slot machines. And Theo Jr.'s here at the house. And, yeah, Patty, it's already nap time, night-night time. And it's been hot and humid, very hot and humid here in the valley. So, I mean, Theo said he said he had to take I don't know how many showers today since he's been home and working outside. But we're good, mijo. Is to give me a buzz tomorrow, God willing. Give me a call tomorrow, okay? I want to say hi to Big Will, to Eric, to Roderick, Brandon and Mark, Rudy, and Juan and Jeff Pribble, and who else? Oh, Ruben Gutierrez, and I might be forgetting somebody, but I just want you all to know that you're thought of, okay? And that's about all. Thank you, ladies, and you guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Be safe driving home.
All right. Thank you so much, Lydia. Have a great weekend.
You too, ma'am. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, let's get to Eva.
Hey Trey, what's up? Yeah, with this shout out, I just wanted to wish you a happy Juneteenth. How did you spend the day? Let me know. Anyway, I'm about to get ready for today's City Fest, with the bands and all that. I still need to grab some food and drinks, and maybe I will paint my nails blue and white, but I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah, I'm really ready to party. This week was kind of rough. Okay, I hope you're doing alright. Just a short shout out for the end of your week. Be good, Trey, and please find something to smile about.
All right. Thank you so much, Eva. And let's get to Jason. Hey, Jason.
Hello?
Jason, go ahead.
Yes. You can hear me?
Yes, sure can.
How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm still here at this facility here in Beaumont. It's ran by Geo, and man, I'm telling you, it is. I don't have words to describe. But anyways, I'm going to do my shout outs for tonight, and I'm hanging in there with all this hurricane weather. And happy Juneteenth to everybody. Celebrating freedom for everyone in the United States, everyone in the world. To me, it's a day for freedom, to declare your freedom. So my shout outs tonight, my first one on my list is going to be my nephew Logan at the Havens unit. How about Mr. McNeil? Hey, Mr. McNeil, I wrote you a letter. I hope you got my letter. I know you've been writing me. You're on the Robertson unit. How about Mr. Ismail on the Stiles unit? How about Mr. Cogdill on the Robertson unit? How about Mr. Wernley on the Huntsville unit? How about Mr. Williams, a.k.a. Little J, at the All Red unit? How about Mr. Brown at the Robertson unit? How about Mr. Law at the Odessa facility? You're about to get out. I hope so. You know, I've been seeing a bunch of these people disappear. I don't know if they're like taking them off the TDCJ website, but a lot of these people are like disappearing, and I'm like, maybe they got out.
Yeah, maybe they did.
How
Think
about-
positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and I don't really want to hurt, wish the worst, or hope for the worst. How about Mr. Harris, aka Lakewood, at the Huntsville unit? How about Jedekiah, Little Dre at the Robertson unit? Jeremy at the Robertson unit? Alexis at the Robertson unit? Deveridge at the Robertson unit? How about Mr. Hill at the Robertson unit? How about Mr. Caldwell at the Robertson unit? How about Mr. Rodney at the Robertson unit? How about AKA Peaches at the Bill Clemens unit? Joe at the Michael Trustee Camp? Victor at the Michael Trustee Camp? How about Billy at the Robertson unit? How about Robert at the Michael Trustee Camp? I wrote you a letter. You should be getting one from me soon. I do write people. I do not forget y'all. I mean what I say whenever I said I will write you. I have been writing you, and I'm waiting for your response. How about Mr. Williams at the Robertson unit? Let's see. Oh, yes, we have a new one. How about Diamond at the Jefferson Jefferson County facility? How about Ali at the Harris County facility? Special shout out from Gadget to Lynn at the Skyview unit. Then I have a special shout out for Norman at the Wainwright unit. I have Alex somewhere in TDC. Then I have Mr. McConnell at the ISF in Houston. Let's see. And then I have one of my besties, Blake, at the James Lenoff unit. And let's see. How about Mr. James? Special shout out at the Tilford unit. Then I have, how about my old coworker, Mr. Shields, aka Callie, at the Bill Clemens unit. Hey, Callie, what's up? How about little Rick at the Bill Clemens unit? I haven't forgot you, little Rick. I'm going to write you soon. How about Pirate at the Bill Clemens unit? How about Michael at the Robertson unit? How about Mr. Patterson, a.k.a. Slim, at the Robertson unit? How about Guy at the Robertson unit? Redneck at the Robertson unit? Bean at the Hughes unit? How about Casper? We had quite a journey there at the Robertson unit. How about Mr. Lowry, a.k.a. CC, at the Robertson unit? Amigo at the Robertson unit? AJ at the Robertson unit? Todd was one of my mentors and one of my coworkers at the Robertson unit. How about Byron? Byron at the Robertson unit. Yeah. And last but not least, a special shout out from my sister to her husband Ted at the Buster Cole unit. And I want to say a big, big thank you to Miss Linda, Danny, and David, and Miss Joanna. And a big, big thank you to everyone on the Prison Show for making this happen.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. Say it one more time. Say it.
I want to say a big, big thank you.
No, the name. No, the name. Byron.
Oh, Byron. Byron.
I was telling a coworker about it. I'm like, it's from the movie.
Yes.
So, Jason, how long have you been in? Because you have a lot of friends.
I'm going on 5 years. I don't forget people, and I write their names down, and because they're always afraid that get them. I'll be the other one that will say I'll write them, and they won't, and I won't write them, and
That
and
happens a lot.
yes, I have a lot of integrity. It's been a year since I left my home unit, but yeah, I do keep my word on that, and I feel like it's my calling to do that. Just like the Death Row Angels. So.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. And you have a great weekend, and we look forward to hearing from you next week.
Yes, ma'am. Next weekend. Thank you. You have a great night.
You too.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
And now we have Italian Smile.
Ciao, babe. I hope you're okay. I know everything will be alright, and I can't wait to see you. First of all, happy Juneteenth Day. But most of all, I want to wish a happy Father's Day to the most amazing one. I'm going to leave my comfort zone and surprise you with this. I love you, hugs, and kisses. I'll be your crying shoulder. I'll be love suicide. And I'll be better when I'm older. I'll be the greatest fan of your life. The greatest fan of your life. Thank you, PrisonShow, for making this happen.
Woohoo! Italian Smile. That was awesome. Hopefully you'll sing like that when you get over here. Ha. We'll put you on the mic. All right. How about Tiffany? Let's get to Tiffany. She's been on there for a while. Hey,
Hello.
Tiffany.
Yes, I've been on hold for a little bit, but that's okay. How's everybody doing?
Doing marvelous. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. I just wanted to start off by telling my hubby in the SEC Houston shop that I love you so much, babe. It was great to see you today with the kiddos. I know they enjoyed themselves, and I love seeing you with them. And, this made me so happy that you had a smile on your face to see them for Father's Day. I know this is not one that you would want to remember, but it's just a special day for you. We want to tell you how great you are. We love you. We care for you. And we'll be here waiting on you. Just remember that we will always have you in our heart and always be thinking about you. And on his behalf, he would like to send a shout-out to his friends in the Advocacy Houston and 5 West that just keep your head up, guys. You will be home one day, and you guys all have an expiration date. And happy Father's Day from us to you guys. And, Chop, you have a message from a couple of people here. Okay.
Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I love you.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. Love you so much. Hope you get home soon. It's from your son.
Yes, that was the kiddos. Your oldest is on the line, too, so he'll be sending a shout-out to you, too, baby. Good night, my love. Sweet dreams. Call me when you wake up in the morning.
Call me, not your wife. Call me.
I love you, baby. Good night. Sweet dreams. Mwah. Talk to you in the morning.
Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you guys for this. You guys, happy Father's Day to the gentleman in there. Thank you guys for doing this, and everyone have a great weekend.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Okay, how about JJ? Because that may be who's holding for him. So let's put JJ on. Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Very good. Go ahead with your shout out.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my pops in the FDC. I love you to the fullest, and happy birthday. Happy Father's Day, my bad. Just know you're going to come out to 1 million plus. I promise you. I love you.
And then I also want to give a shout out to my swed girl. I just wanted to let him know that I love him and I miss him a lot. And, we'll be here whenever he gets home, and to have a happy Father's Day. I know this is not the one that he wants, but we love him so much, and we'll be here whenever he gets home.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, how about Caitlin?
Hola, Beto. How are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe and smiling. As for me, all is good. I am here with Miss Bell, and she says woof, and I will give her some belly rubs from you. Yeah, I don't know whether you can hear her her little talking, but yeah, she's right here beside me. Other than that, yeah, things are pretty much the same. The weather is still being bipolar. At the moment, it's just kind of grey, but it was sunny earlier on. So, and yeah, that is about it. What Belle, you saying hi? Yeah, okay. I don't know what you heard her. She's saying hi. Other than that, yeah, please know that you thought of. I also want to give a big shout out to the guys, Eric, Mark, Will, Dio, Bo, and Rudy. Hope you all are doing good, and send you all hugs and best wishes. So y'all stay safe and take care, and good night. And to everybody at the prison show, a big thank you for making this happen.
Belle sounded so cute.
Yes.
All right, let's get to Captain Tom, see how he's feeling.
Hello, Danny.
Hello, Captain Tom. How you feeling?
I feel a little better. Thank you for asking. Hello, David.
How you doing, Tom?
What's up, brother?
Oh, sitting here trying to get the show done, and been thinking about you.
Well, I've been thinking about y'all too. Miss Linda, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm getting a lot better every day.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, let me get to my shout-outs. A special shout-out to John Michael Armstrong, who has made parole, and he will be getting out in about, from what I understand, he'd be getting out in about 9 months. He's going through training right now. So congratulations to John Michael Armstrong. What do y'all think about that?
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, much hard work has been done to get him to that stage. And also, happy Father's Day to all the incarcerated veterans. And happy Father's Day to homeless veterans. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are incarcerated. Don't forget, we still can give 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to the prison show by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text option number 1 or text the word give to 713-526-5738. And this is Captain Tom, and I'll be calling y'all again next week right here at KPFT. Y'all have a good and blessed weekend. Stay dry.
You too, Captain Tom, and happy Father's Day to you also.
Well, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that.
Have a great weekend. Oh, he hung up already.
Yep, he appreciated it. Click.
All right. How about Kiki? Let's get to Kiki.
Hi, this message is for Rodney at the Pulitzer unit. Hey, Rodney, it's Kiki. Just calling in to let you know I'm thinking of you. I love you and I miss you. Jeff and I are on the way back to my place from the doctors. Everything went great. Everything is stable. And just waiting for you to call me back. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful night, great week, good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Love you. Hi, Danny. Hi, Linda. Hi, David. I hope you guys have a wonderful night as well. God bless you all. Love you, Rodney. Mwah. Mwah. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Kiki. All right. Let's get to Jason with the mentor movement.
Moment.
Movement.
I was going to say, it's a moment.
It's a moment.
Madam Dani.
It's not an entire.
It's not a movement. It's not a movement yet, right?
You're working on it. You're working on it.
I'm working on it. That's right. Well, hello, Madam Dani, Mama Linda, Cowboy Dave, and Miss Athena. Now, can Miss Athena hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Athena, I really enjoyed your stories last week about the Walls unit, especially, as that's my unit. And I definitely would love to hear more about Eastham, if you have it, because that was the first unit that I ever went to in the 25 or so odd units that I've been to. So just wanted to give you a shout out for that. That was great. Greetings to all of you who can hear my voice across the fruited plain from sea to shining sea. Here we are together again on the radio. So shout out to my brother Eric, Buddy, and all the guys at the Walls unit in the mentor program. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning. Shout out to my mentee Alec and all the guys at the Ferguson unit trustee camp. Look forward to seeing you guys as well. Shout out Dennis the RD, Mr. McGee, and all of the good brothers at the Kairos Ellis program. Looking forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks and hoping to bring a special guest as well. Shout out to none other than, I know it's been a long time, brother, Cornelius Robinson. Congratulations, brother. I look forward to catching up with you soon. So, for tonight, this is what I have. Now, I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but we're at halftime, guys. Now, no, I'm not talking about a World Cup game. I'm talking about we are halfway through the year already, sitting here at June. Can you believe it? And oftentimes, many of us, we think about making changes in our life towards maybe the end of the year or at the very beginning of the year. However, you don't have to wait until the game is almost over to make adjustments in your life. So sometimes in this journey, as we know, you have to adjust, you have to adapt, and you have to execute a different game plan and to improve whatever opportunity, whatever's going on while you're in the middle of it, instead of rather waiting till the end. So remember, champions don't make adjustments at the end. They make it right in the middle while it's going on. You don't have to wait till it's over. So that's what you have to do as well. So don't be afraid to pivot or refocus or shift or even punt, to use the other football term, to recommit to your goals. So now you often hear me, I often say, it's been a while since I say, but I'll often say that I am here to encourage you, to lift your spirits, and maybe even challenge you. And so my challenge to you is this. What is it that you said at the beginning of the year that you wanted to be better at? What sort of habits did you want to maybe break, or maybe good habits that you wanted to start? How do you want to be better tomorrow? That's my challenge to you. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Happy Father's Day to all the dads that are out there doing the best they can from behind the walls. And I will talk to you all on July 3rd when I have something a little special for you guys that I know everyone will enjoy. So until then, have a good evening and talk to you later, Prison Show. Thank you. Good night.
Have a great weekend.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Jason. All right. It's the not-so-mysterious Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the Historic Prison Show. Here's my shout-outs to Guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout out for Oz. Shout out for Jesse Cortez. Shout out for Curtis Robertson. Shout out for Raymond Lee Cart. And a special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hope everybody is doing well. Make sure you donate to the Mighty 90, KPFT, and The Prison Show. And happy Juneteenth, everybody. And on Sunday at 4:30 a.m., happy summer solstice. The summer starts here in Texas and the Northern Hemisphere. Once again, 4:30 Sunday morning, June 21st, 2026. Summer starts with the summer solstice. Hope everybody is doing well, and you can write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth, and I'll write you back. And once again, donate to The Prison Show and the Mighty 90 KPFT that broadcasts from the Pine Curtain of East Texas to the beaches of Galveston. Adios.
All right. Thank you, Mysterious Mike. And we have some open lines, 713-526-5738, option number 2 to leave your shout out. And now we have Tanya.
Hello, everyone. This is Tanya in Massachusetts, and I wanted to say hi to everyone on the row and everyone that I'm buddies with: Jeffrey Wood, Darlie Routier, Melissa Lucio, Patrick Murphy, Rob Will, Ricky Cummings, and all the others that I've been in contact with, and do what I can to try to lend my voice to your cause. And just wanted to let y'all know I'm still recovering, and hopefully I'll be able to one day visit you all in person. And just wanted to say happy Juneteenth to everyone. And also I want to give a shout out to Richard Lee Hall. Richard, I'm sorry I haven't written you in a while, but I will soon. And thank you to Miss Laura, Miss Linda, to Dani and David, and to all the Death Row Angels, and to Gloria Ruback and Abe Bonowitz, because you all do so much to help the inmates and to help with the cause of ending the death penalty and the wrongful convictions. And as you all know, my pet peeve is the law parties. So Jeffrey and Melissa, especially, I will be in touch with you again. Hopefully you got my emails. I got yours. And as I said, I am still
Guess it got cut off.
Yeah.
She called me about 3 times, and I guess it got cut off every time.
Well, we appreciate your shout out, Tanya, and she sent me a message on Facebook, so I'm going to respond to you soon. And I know Athena has some shout outs, but we're going to get to Gloria first while I will adjust my mic to get it over to Athena. Oh, you have. Go ahead, Gloria. Sorry.
Hey, I had to call back 3 times. I don't know what's going on.
Not me.
Kept getting this. Was that you, Linda, hanging up on me?
No, I've been in here with Dani. It's not me tonight.
No, actually, I was watching the system, Gloria, and I don't know what was going on, but it looked like the phone was ringing at the same time she was picking it up. So it was odd. So I don't think it was anyone's fault tonight.
Okay.
It's usually one of us, so I'm gonna be honest. Usually it's one of us.
We can blame it on David.
Yeah.
I think it was the ghost of Juneteenth.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe. Well, go ahead, Gloria, with your shout out.
Okay. Well, first of all, I wanted to say happy Juneteenth to everybody who's incarcerated, and especially to Tony Polinsky, who is a Juneteenth birthday guy. So, Tony, happy birthday. Willie T., I finally got my telephone thing registered after trying for days, and they're supposed to send me an email within 2 or 3 days to let me know if I'm approved. So Hopefully they don't talk to the FBI first. Kenneth at the Styles unit. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. CJ has been publicizing this, what's it? I forgot what it's called. Anyway, this new web page thing that people can use to find out about what's going on in the Texas Department of Criminals. Shanatzli, hello. Good to talk to you today. Shanatzli's at the Estelle unit. And I did get, just a few minutes ago, got a text from Maria, and so she's definitely wants to go to this health meeting that TDC's having in Conroe on the 26th. And you're going, right, Dani?
Sure am. I will be there. Me and Joy. Both of us are going.
You know, I read their agenda. They go through a lot of stuff.
They sure do.
Have all the big shots there.
Yeah, along with us. We will be there. We're the big shots.
Yes, we are. You know, Shanatzli, well, I want to give a shout out to Anthony. We're not supposed to say last names, is that right?
Last names and units. Well, you can't give the full name with the unit, but you can give first and last name.
Oh, okay, because I don't know what unit he's on.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Anthony Pierce. Anthony Pierce. I don't know if you're where you are now. I know you were at the Ramsey, but I think you were moved. Anyway, let me know what has happened with your parole. I was very happy that you said your interview went well. And I don't know if that necessarily means something good or not. But anyway, let me know. And I want to give a big shout out and greetings of love and solidarity to political prisoner Mumia at the Mahanoy unit in Pennsylvania. And Shanatzli, like Mumia, is a victim of elder abuse. And prisons are so competent in carrying out elder abuse. Shanatzli can barely stand up and can't walk, and yet they put him in a shower that's not set up for handicapped people. I mean, I can walk, but I've still got bars in my shower, so I can hold on and don't fall.
That's one thing that people need to mention at the medical board meeting.
Oh, absolutely. Maria and maybe somebody else from Shanatzli's Freedom Campaign are going to go and talk about the abuse he's suffering as an elder. So, yeah, that's very, very important. You know, I Googled the women on death row, and it only listed 6 people. So, Brittany, how interesting, because your conviction and sentence were overturned, you're not even listed on Wikipedia or whatever. But anyway, Brittany at the O'Daniel unit, let me know what in the world is going on. Have you heard anything? And are they they need to send you home or give you a new trial? So let me know. And Erica at the O'Daniel unit, girl, I miss you. Melissa at O'Daniel, same thing to you that I said to Brittany. They got to let you out of there. I hope that it's soon. And I don't understand why the Court of Criminal Appeals has just taken their doggone time. That's wrong. And let me see. I told Willie that I got my phone set up. Okay, last shout out is to my son Spider. Love you, take care, and eat something healthy. And I can't name everybody else because then I'll forget somebody. But to all my friends on death row, much love, happy Juneteenth, and take care.
Thank you, Gloria.
And that's it. Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Do you want to go ahead with yours? All right. She is yielding to Sharita. Let's get Sharita on the line. Hey, Sharita.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. Go ahead with your shout out.
I want to give a shout out to my husband, Brayshawn Jones in Pulaski, Building 4. I want to tell you I love you and I miss you. Can't wait till you come home.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Is that all you wanted to tell
Thank
them?
you. Yes, and happy Father's Day from your children.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now let's get to Athena. You wanted to give some shout outs, huh? Now remember to talk into the mic.
Am I on? I am on. Okay.
Uh-huh. You sure are.
These are from Lights, Camera, Action, Jackson. He gave me so many. If you guys want to read some too.
We got them too. we get them from them. Yeah. Oh, they're poems.
Yeah. So I'll read this first one, and you guys can choose one of those.
Get up on the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you.
This one is called Energy Cashmere. When I think of your love, I see absolute bliss, dreaming of the day that we exchange our first kiss. Preferably by the sea or out on the ocean, can never go wrong with taking a chance and just hoping. Hoping for the best, but preparing for worse. The greatest lesson in life, I always put love first. First and foremost, a love and beyond, sunrise to sunset. Sunrise to sunset, and from dusk to dawn. From infinity to infinity, please always remember me. And even if I lose my soul, you have captured all of my energy.
Wow. All right. I've got one titled You. Your beauty, and this is Action Jackson, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lights, camera, action, Jackson.
Lights,
Yeah, say
camera,
it right. Lights, action, camera, Jackson.
No, lights, camera, action, Jackson. All right. Your beauty is so intriguing. Since day one, you left my heart bleeding. You're everything that this messed up world is needing. You're like the 4 seasons, so complete and perfect. I should call you Mother Earth because I believe you are worth it. It's not all about the bump and grind. I want to make love to your mind. Supply that sensation you are trying to find. My love is so sublime. It likes the hands of time. It's like the hands of time. Your present and your future, so just leave your past behind. Let's take a fresh start, a walk in the park, talking to the dark. Give me the key to your heart. I like it to my hand. As fast as I can, I'll be your Superman, your one and only wedding band. I'll make this short and sweet. This is just a sneak peek. If you would like to see the rest, then come and spend your life with me. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're all so sweet.
And here's another one, Dreamcatcher. Same place, same time. You appear like a sign. It's like my eyes are wide shut and feel like I'm flying. When I awake, your face just stay like a voice in my mind. Your body is laying next to mine, and it's frozen in time. Sounds like I'm dead. This space so fanned from my past, but I feel so familiar. It's like I'm shuffling the cards, and baby, you are the dealer. A figment of my imagination, I've been patiently waiting, so overwhelmed by the touch of anticipation. Your name play games with my brain. I find it hard to maintain. You got my tongue tied in knots. There's too much to explain. Here, there, no words that can express. That's inside of my soul. What's inside of my soul? It's like I'm trying lately as a dream, and you hear me made it of gold. And you're made of gold. Wow.
The heart made of gold, I think.
I know.
So adorable.
Yeah, there's one more. Do we have time for one more? Is that too many?
I think we probably want to do some shout outs.
I'm okay.
Okay, well.
What, you can't hear yourself?
Can I do one more? He's not even listening to us.
No, because if I crank you up, then she's overpowering because you're so low.
Me up.
I have to so everybody hears you.
Yeah, you talk really
You
low.
talk really low. I mean, you're not even on the gauges if I don't crank the volume all the way up.
Fine.
All he does is complain.
Beyond. Body of a goddess, mine is magnificent, a mystery to most, but to me it's self-evident. Captivated by your aura and endless array, wish I could have you to myself and put you on a display. Such a sight to see. You are the creme de la creme. Indeed, the certified truth. This is not make pretend. More precious than a diamond, buried deep in the earth, or a child at its birth. I swear that is how much you are worth, more rare than the air that we breathe in our lungs, or a fresh spool of silk that a spider has spun. Nothing can come close to the mist of your delicacy, because you are truly something special and more than I could ever be. Okay, I'm done. Lights, camera, action, Jackson.
We like it. Thank you so much for the great poems there.
You must write all day long.
That was Lights, camera, action, Jackson, not me.
No,
I know, but
he
Oh, yeah,
said that
you
yeah.
must write all day long.
Yeah.
But that's good. It keeps you out of trouble, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I know he sent me some poems too. I have them at work. I was actually going to give them for her to read. So, for one of the poems, but you know what? I like this. I like taking, reading them like this. That's pretty impressive there. Did you want to give some shout out? I'm going to take your phone, Linda. Did you want to give some shout outs, Linda?
I've got just a few, but Joanne's got some.
Oh, Joanne, go ahead.
Yeah. I didn't get any letters this week, so nobody wrote me.
Hi, this is Joanne. I have some birthday shout-outs. I have Lester Earl Payton, Levester Colley, Charles Henry Tarver, Alan Dennis Godden, Calvin Edward Weaver, Daniel Alberto Terrazas, Danny Ray Gray, J.L. Cox, Richard Earl Bryant, James Henry Stone, Thomas Carter Kitchen, Herbert Darrell Hay, Dewey Wayne Carpenter, Millard Glenn Bell, David Allen Haverkamp, Jesus Gabriel Zamaripa, Gambino Gutierrez, Joel Lee Lackey, Ismael Marcus Garza Sr., Dennis Lee Hurtado, Pierre Smith, Vincent James Murphy, Juan Enrique, David Wayne Huddleston, Jan David Clark, Isaac Felipe Hernandez, John Avon Brown, Guadalupe Ramirez, Michael Hauser McGalty, Noe Levi Garza, William Edward Henderson, Bobby Dion Hill, James Allen Pilote. Just want to say happy birthday to all of you, these 79-year-old and 80-year-old young residents of TDCJ.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Joanne. I know they appreciate you giving them birthday wishes. And now Linda's got her list.
Yeah, but it's too long. It'll take me forever.
Okay, do you want David to go? Or?
Yeah, let David go.
Well, first off, I want to say happy birthday to Anthony Broderson. I guess Hope was going to call in, but I guess she didn't. But, man, Dee Dee and Hope and I all wish you a very happy birthday. Want to say shout-outs to Angel Osagura, Michael Hood, Marvin Covington, Joseph Verbos, Roy Forbes, Eric Hensley, Kwame Teague, Dutch, Jason Walker, Zachariah Areola, Derek MacArthur, Michael Perez, Jeremy Roundy, Michael Perez. Man, you wrote me a really long letter. I appreciate it. Benjamin Baez, Todd Cook, Warren Walker, Anthony Thomas, Tiffany Cheeks. I heard Coco last week, but he didn't call this week. Charles Grier, James McElreath, Connor Schuler, Lionel Rogers, Sasha Dickerson. That one dude tripped out. He said if they wanted to if I don't want to visit them, that he'll visit them and he'll even show them their feet. That guy was crazy. A shout out to Cornelius Robinson, Dennis Price, 3RD, Pete Sines, Bill, Jay Van Story. Yeah, y'all keep your heads up. Try and stay dry. Have a good weekend. Have a happy Father's Day the best you can. Linda, you going to do a short version?
Yep, I'll do a short version. James Davis II, James Davis III, John Banos, Caron Otis, Hauser, now binary Nubian, non-binary Nubian, Bryant Kendrick, Andrew Tinney, Marcus Robinson, Deshaun Truitt, Charles Richard, Kevin Lights, Camera Action Jackson, Amelia Breckenridge, Greg Woodard, Coy Simpson, Michael Turner, Michael Faulkner, Alonzo Harden, William F. Owen Sr., Paul DeVoe, Emmanuel Etienne, Dennis Price, Robert Robertson, Big Flo, Iron Thunder Horse, Bill Sims, and CJ. Y'all have a great day, and talk to you next week. Now Danny's up.
Hey, Iron Thunder Horse, I saw Farron this past weekend, and he told me to give you a big hello. He misses you also, but he's glad that you're happy where you went. So, but he wanted to make sure that I told you hi. So, also, Farron, hey, great visit. I answered you. I hope you got it. And I heard from Gabriella. We are organizing. T, big hello to T. Kelsey Young. I hope you're doing good, Kelsey. Randy Halprin. Larry at the Huntsville unit. I got your email, and I will email you back because we're talking purses. I broke mine tonight. So, hey. Man, perfect timing. Eddie at the Wainwright unit, Britt, Troy Glover, Greg Bryant. Did I say Travis Fletcher? Well, I'm saying him again if I did. Brandon, Joel at the Hughes unit, and David at the Hughes unit. Jay and Chucky at the Wynn unit. Leroy, Brian Rogers, Jeff Pribble. Hey, Jeff. Big Wheel. Hey, Big Wheel. And, of course, Rexalicious had a great visit with you. And, of course, CJ. I did the tour of East Texas this past weekend. I went to Ellis, Polunsky, prison in Beaumont. I was all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah, I was all over the place. And my car was like, oh, it's time for an oil change. So...
Well, I'm back to running. I'm hoping in another week I can rest up one more week, and then I'm going to be hitting the road too.
Which prison in Beaumont did you go to? Styles unit? Or LeBlanc? Or?
I'll just leave it open. Yeah, they don't like me too much, so I'm trying to...
The prisons in Beaumont don't like you too much?
No, I know. They don't. But that's okay. A lot of them don't. Oh, well.
Yep. Joe said they don't have to like you.
No, they don't. And I've proven that several times over.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a good show. And, man, we got to get on. Skyla Dawn's fixing to come on and do damage control. She did her beats and buzz a while ago. We got typical Friday night Skyla Dawn sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all stay dry. Try and have, like I said a while ago, y'all try and have the best Father's Day that you can. And I want to add on the shout out to Dennis Price and Travis Fletcher. Y'all keep it down the best you can, bro.
Happy Father's Day, and y'all have a great weekend.
See you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been And to all the laughers, the men sitting on the road, try to keep your heads up. You ain't me if you got hope. It's Friday night.